You see how we come into a podcast recording? Very
Very
mindful,
demure.
very cutesy,
Very
very
cutesy.
demure.
Yeah.
We don't do too much. We don't come on
No.
here asking about 50-50 dates or 50-50
Mm.
relationships. We don't come
Mm.
on here with the misogynisticness, okay? We come here for good vibes, very mindful.
Yes.
Remember why you were invited to the podcast.
You ate that.
Thank you. You know, for the Grez.
Hola.
Hi, y'all. We're back with another episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. I'm your host, MC Batty B, and the B stand for bands with your girl.
Wangeshi with the carefree curls, honey.
Come on, bounce. Come on, shrinkage. Period.
That only works if you're watching. With the sound effects for my hair.
It's giving very what's that movie? Where she's got like
Was
the
it
polka
Alice
dot
in
top.
Wonderland?
I
swear there's a
little
movie.
bit.
Yeah,
I
that's
know.
what I was thinking of.
I feel like we're here. We know it, but it's just not clicking.
Yeah. I'm like, I think that's the movie where she has on this kind of
like a polka dot red, piece.
Yeah, it's kind of giving like 50s housewife a little bit, you know, very demure, very mindful.
Very demure. Very demure. Period. That's the theme for this year. Keep it demure. Okay?
Yeah.
Remember why you were invited to the motherfucker place in the first place. Anyway, girl, how have you been?
That said, I hate when bitches learn new words from the internet.
Listen, where else they gonna learn? Because the kids ain't reading. They back to school, but they're not reading.
They're not reading. Okay, Merriam-Webster is dusty. Okay, she ain't been cracked open in a minute, and ain't nobody seem interested. Not the next generation, the new generation. So we gotta expand the vocabulary one way or another.
Babe, I just heard this phrase the other day: "Skittily Riz Pop," from my neighbor's son. He's like in the 4th grade, I think, 3rd grade. I don't know. But he was like, yeah, he got that skittily. I said, what the fuck? Hold on, y'all making up words. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. What is this? All right, Mary Poppins.
And the kids in Sunday school were telling me that skibbity, I think, is good, no bad. And then I'm already forgetting the other word.
Baby, we too old to be learning new words.
I was like, okay, bet. Skibbity paps riz on a mother, honey. Yeah.
Onomatopoeia. That's all I know.
My coworkers told me, they said I have a very old soul. And I'm like, yeah.
Baby, been old. Listen. How you been though, girl? It's been a minute.
I've been good. I feel like we've been here. Like,
no, but I'm saying I feel like it's been a minute since us talking.
It's been a week.
You know my time, like time to me moves a lot slower in between the weeks.
It's been 7 days since we've last chatted.
It's been 16
and we've texted
till you return.
In between there, probably 3-4 days out of in between those 7 days.
Well, I'm asking you now, how are you, friend?
I'm doing good. You know, I'm approaching like the last like couple days of filming, so I'm really excited about that. I'm ready to wrap this up expeditiously, please. I feel like I say that every week, but I'm really ready. Like, I know the summer is ending, but for me, I feel like a new season is beginning. Like, it's actually like I'm actually going on summer vacation now once these shows are done filming.
No, I feel you there.
I'm a little tired, not gonna lie. Like, I've been waking up this week at like 2-3 a.m. to use the bathroom one time, and then I won't be able to fall back asleep until like 30 minutes before my alarm at 5.
Oh my God.
And it's been beating my ass. But you know, we're here. We made it through the lack of sleep and all.
I need to know what happens, because I've come to notice that, like, as some of us get, maybe it's the stress of like life and stuff, but like as we get older, like the whole like try to go to sleep on time thing not working. Because, babe, I've been the same this exact week too. Like 2 a.m. I'm like I'm up, and then I can't fall back asleep until like 6, 5 in the morning, and it's like that's like 3 hours before my alarm goes off. I'm like, huh? What am I
It's
expected to like? What is that?
tiring.
Like my circadian rhythm is off.
See,
We
I
should
feel
go do
like
a.
I feel like I'm good with falling asleep on time, especially like now that I wake up early, I'm be trying to get in that bed early. But like I can't stay asleep and now I have to like adjust like when I drink water so that I can make sure that I'm not going to the bathroom. Very adult of me, first of all, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed at 10 p.m. so I cannot drink past 8 p.m. Like I'm not ingesting anything with liquid after that time
Yeah.
because wrap it up.
No, listen, I had to like stop um drinking like tons of water after like 8 p.m. After that, it's like nope, no water. And if I want anything, I gotta be like, you better swallow your saliva. But we should go do a sleep study, me and you. I
A
feel like
sleep
that could
study, I
be.
love those things because
I
like
feel like
they
it'd be
provide
really
like so much
beneficial.
information. But I don't know. I feel like my sleep is pretty great when I have it.
Oh, excuse me.
But
But no,
I would be interested in knowing it, like the
speaking of
information.
sleep study though, and like growing up and stuff and being an adult, I started I ain't never taken so many damn vitamins in my life.
Yo, your story was insane. I was like, I've never seen my 60-year-old father takes that many vitamins, and he takes
No, babe.
hella daily.
I was like, well, first and foremost, it's because they were given to me because of the medical weight loss clinic that I'm doing the semaglutide with. They were like, okay, take these since you're gonna be on a like lower calorie diet. You're gonna need something to supplement the missing vitamins from the less foods you're gonna be eating. I was like, okay. They're like, all right, these are men's dailies. So basically, like a little pack of like 6 or something pills with like calcium, all the vitamin D. Like I took a picture of like both of them of like the nutritional thing in the back, and when I tell you it's a list, babe, like insane. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dang, I need all of these vitamins. They were like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you do, cause.
Yeah, I was about to say, no wonder you can't drink right now, honey. Your liver already working in overtime trying to process this shit.
But it's okay because it's like
Like,
it's good vitamins. But then I also added like a couple of other ones just to like for myself, like some L-theanine to like better produce like melatonin to be able to sleep better. It's been helping, but that 2 a.m. wake up call is still a pain in the butt though.
yeah, no, because Brian will be sending TikToks and tweets at
And
9
reels
p.m., 1 a.m., 5 a.m., 8 a.m. I'm like, when do you sleep?
in
When do
between,
you rest?
in between.
You're like, time to send a reel. Okay. Time to send a TikTok. Okay. Okay, time to like,
Listen, it's
honey,
my
you gotta stay up on it. Social media never sleeps.
listen, okay? It's part of my job, like, or else I wouldn't have anything to talk about with on my favorite segment, what's on the timeline. Pacha.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on in the timeline, babes. I've been trying to sleep, and I don't put. You know what you need to learn in that sleep study? Don't pick up your phone when you can't sleep, baby, because that blue light gonna fuck you up.
Listen, okay? Let's just go ahead and get into it because we got some more news about our favorite breakdancer. Miss Raygun is her nickname. I think her name is Rachel Gunn or something, but her street name is
Street name
Raygun.
is crazy.
Baby, we have like so much more stuff dropped after all this controversy came out. So for one, apparently, baby girl, the Olympic panel that she started or the qualifier that she formed or that she went through to like perform to qualify to be the Australian representative in the breakdancing game. Apparently, she started that and she selected the judges panel. Guess who was on the judges panel? Her
Who?
husband.
Oh, it's giving the Jordan Childs Committee
Guess what else?
or
Her
investigative committee.
husband.
What else?
Her husband also ended up being the Olympic coach for the breakdancing team. I
How
said,
fucking convenient is fucking that?
and then apparently more stuff came out that because it was put together so fast, so few people had like a chance to even in the breakdancing world in Australia had very little opportunity to even hear about it. It was like put together in like less than like a couple of weeks. And then by the time that like people did hear about it, it had already passed, and then you had to pay for your own way, and like the fees were exorbitant. So it like knocked out majority of like low income and people who like don't have, those privileges of being able to like pay to go to compete and stuff like that to qualify. But like if you see the videos of like the person she competed against, you're like, babe, how the fuck did you get through if this is who you competed against? Because her competitor was like 10 times better than her. I was like, this ain't right. This is a setup. It was a setup by Todd to come at you with the bullshit. Okay?
Well, you see how she got in, her husband. Okay, she set that up for herself. So it's giving Nepo, not even Nepo baby. It's giving corruption. Yeah,
well,
that's the word I was looking for.
Australia is pissed because now there's a change.org petition going around to sue her or to like remove her.
Honey, you want to talk about revoking titles? That's the one that needs to be revoked.
Okay.
No, did she win anything? I don't think so. I think she just won a lot of social media clout.
No, babe. She not only did she not win anything, she got disqualified. She was disqualified. But then apparently the Australian Olympic team representative came out and was like, we appreciate Rachel for all that she did. We think she did great out there. I said, were we watching the same fucking competition? Also,
Craig.
Apparently, she was also a professor of the history or cultural background of breakdancing. Like, she's a PhD holder in breakdancing.
See, that's all I need to know. Because if you got to study that shit for 9 years in school behind academia, girl, you're not really built for it. You're not really built for it.
Come on now. This story just gets wilder and wilder. Shout out to the people who started that change.org.
Dr. Umar.
Shout out to the people who started that change.org petition. Link in the bio below if you want to sign. I stand with Australia because that's fucked up what you did, bro.
I don't stand with them. They should have done better. She's representing your whole country, and that's who you send. BFFR. Y'all let some people get away with too much.
Well, speaking of representing a whole demographic of people, we have our second Black Bachelor, Grant Ellis. I don't like how they did this. Huh?
The dating show, The Bachelor?
Yeah.
People still watch that?
Girl, at this point,
why watch The Bachelor when you can be watching Love Island USA?
Babe, they're like 30
actually the reunion
seasons.
is out by the time this episode is in. There's also Love is Blind. Very many people still watch The Bachelor.
Listen, white women on a Tuesday, Wednesday evening are tuned in, sat on their couches, tuned into ABC. Middle America is tuned into The Bachelor. Listen, so they're gonna keep it going. But it's kind of weird how they announced. I don't like how they gave Grant's announcement this season, because usually the way they do it, if anybody knows, it's like they'll wait till like the final rose ceremony of the Bachelorette, and then there's like a big show of it. It's a big surprise. Nobody knows who it is until the announcement is done. There's rumors swirling of who it could be. It's always like, oh, it could be this person. But this one is like the Bachelorette season is not even over yet. They literally like announced it at like 10 p.m. after the most previous episode. It was literally just so random and stuff. And people were just like, and I guess when they were asked about it, they were like, we just wanted to give people, or, the contestants who would be coming on, more time to like apply and stuff. I'm like, y'all just wanted to save y'all skin because of all the bullshit that happened with Matt James when he ended up picking that antebellum period era wearing white girl. So,
I mean, I feel like giving contestants more time is code for not enough people applied, and we're hoping more people will apply because nobody watches The Bachelor anymore. Our demographic is 60-year-old white people in middle America, but the people who are on it are, I'm assuming, 20 to 30-year-olds, and we watching Love Love is Blind, watching Love Island. We're watching Janae and Kenny.
My theory is I think my theory is the fact that I think it was because he was black. They were like, let's give him a fighting chance to get as many girls on as possible. Because I don't think, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but a lot of the girls who would come on The Bachelor, if it was just a regular white bachelor, I don't think they would apply if they found out they would be on Grant's season. So they're like, fair.
But I mean, white women love black men. Like, it's a whole fetish. It's a whole thing.
I think maybe the producers were just trying to be like, let's give him a fighting chance with some actual good contestants, because they did the whole, like, you know, regular reveal with Matt James, and then we ended up finding a bunch of racists in his cast from his season, so with like some real racial, you know, weirdness in their backgrounds. So I think they were just trying to give this man a fighting chance so they could be able to weed out, you know, people's histories and stuff. Yeah. Because it can get
him away from the racists.
Like the Bachelor fan people, like they can get real, you know. So
I mean, I feel like that's any fan base with majority white demographic that has to now lean into a black leading star. Like, how many times have we heard the story of like a black person being cast for something, and then the white people are like, "Oh, they're not supposed to be black." Like, there's always going to be that.
Canonically, this person is so and so.
The racists who have something to say, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like white women love black men, so I feel like he should be fine. And like, if is this him? Let me show you these pictures and let me know.
He's actually very beautiful, very tall, very handsome, light skin. He used to play basketball. Yeah, that's him? Grant Ellis. Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's good looking and he's tall.
Like 6 something.
I don't know if finding. I mean, yeah, you have to make sure they're not racist, because that's what I was about to say. Didn't they have a black male lead some years ago, and then he
Matt James.
Oh, that's who you were talking about?
Yes.
And then he was like, "Oh, me and her were like getting into discussions, and she was saying this, that, and the third, and she just can't relate."
And then he ended up and then they ended up being together outside like a couple months later. He still picked up, like, everybody was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like they were like going back and forth, but he was like insinuating that like he was like implying that she doesn't get his experience as like,
and she never will,
partly because of his blackness, which is like, well, you're with somebody who's not black, so they can't ever fully get it.
Yeah, I think he but
so what, you're saying they're trying to avoid that?
I think so. That's why they announced it early.
Matt Ellis?
Grant Ellis.
Wait, the guy from the last.
No, the guy from the last season is Matt James.
Matt James.
Mm-hmm.
Who's he with now? Not that girl, I bet. That's the thing too. Like, don't the Bachelor couples like never last?
Some of them do. Some of them are still married from like the earliest seasons, I remember, but the ones after that, one of them came out as gay.
Were they gay on their?
No, he went on as like the Bachelor, and then literally like there was a point where he literally like was running away and like hopped a fence. It was like a whole preview, and it was like for his season and stuff.
Was he the Bachelor, or was
he the Bachelor? He was the Bachelor.
And choosing amongst all these women.
Mm-hmm. And then after, I think, and then imagine this, picture this. So, because before you become the Bachelor, you have to be part of the Bachelorette, right? So he went on a show going after a specific girl.
Wow.
He didn't get chosen. So then they were like, let's bring you back as the Bachelor because you seem to connect with the fans a lot. And so they had like a slew of like 20 something women coming, and then it dwindled down. And he did the whole show till the end. And then I think he ended up not picking anyone. And then literally like months later, he was like, "I'm gay.
I'm not straight no more. I'm delivered."
I don't see the light.
Being on The Bachelor, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick to my Love Island and Love is Blind. Good luck to Grant. I hope he finds him, you know,
a non-problematic,
racially ambiguous queen.
Racially ambiguous is crazy. I mean, get your white girl if you want the white girl. As long as, you know, she don't have a little racism in her, that's fine. That's really what matters.
Make sure she got the right touch of ism, not racism.
What is the right ism?
The right touch of ism. A little autism, you know.
I'm a dad. I shouldn't even let you.
You know, little ADHD, little ADD, little OCD. I don't even
know why I asked.
Girl, you know my answers are always going to be out of pocket. All right, let's get
an ism that can be found in the DSM-5, honey. Not one that is just part of, Trump's vocabulary.
Exactly. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. Our favorite female boxing Olympian, Imane Khelif, is coming for y'all's pockets. Everybody who has shit to say about me.
Is it what is how
is it Imane or Imane? Imane or Imane?
That was Imane, but I don't know.
I want to say
it does have the E at the end, but
yeah, the E throws me off. But I'm gonna say Imane Khelif. She is suing everybody, including J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk. And I'm like, get that Tesla Harry Potter money, collect them checks, clear out as she should. It's
really like concerning how problematic J.K. Rowling has become. It was like she would stand up 10 toes down racism and misogyny and this, that, and the third. And then it's like one day she heard that trans people exist and she's like, I have something new to fixate on in the worst way possible.
Bruh, and
it's like, girl, you were doing so well. You were really our unproblematic queen, and then you went and took a full left turn beeline into the wrong ism.
Look what money make a bitch do. That's all I gotta say. Look what money make a bitch do.
I hope Imane gets a good chunk of that money.
I hope she gets shares in Harry Potter Universal or something.
And
also in Tesla.
Yes.
It would be such a key if she just pulled up and if she won her case against Elon Musk, got a couple of shares of Tesla, sold them shares in Tesla, and then bought her like a Polestar or something, the competing EV car for just to be like, yeah, I got your money and I spent it on another EV that's not a Tesla. And
Thank you very much. Thank you.
No, I feel for her though. Like, collect that money, because I would honestly, if it was me, I would come for the Boston. Was it Boston Globe? No, it was the New York something.
I would sue them. It was Boston something too.
Was it Boston or was it New York?
And I had the newspaper headline. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't the Times, was it? It wasn't the Times.
No.
Post. It was the New York Post, I think.
New York Post, Boston Globe, all them hoes that like to post stupid shit. They're not real journalism, and that's not real journalism. Period. Those publications. Because I know y'all swear down by New York Post. She's not real journalism. Whatever headline you're seeing, please go do some actual research.
If y'all don't go read some AP or something,
yeah,
go subscribe to AP.
Reuters. Al Jazeera.
Is it Reuters or Rutgers?
CNN. Huh?
I don't know about CNN. I was saying, is it Reuters or Rutgers?
Reuters. Rutgers is like a place.
Oh, Rutgers Universities.
Reuters is the news publication.
But I'm happy for my girl Imane.
I feel for her because even I imagine during this whole process, she's gotta relive and really hear and see what these people were saying. And I just feel like emotionally that's going to be a big toll on her. So I hope she's taking care of her mental health and everything through this.
Girl,
because
she is going to be sleeping fine.
So nasty.
She's going to be sleeping fine on a bed of Universal and Tesla money and Harry Potter money. Right next to her golden medal.
That is not enough, honey. Money does not buy happiness. I mean, I want her to have that money.
Money buys you therapy.
That's the
to
foundation,
lead you to happiness.
Okay? Yes, that's the foundation. But in the process of getting it, I hope it does not chip away at her too much, and that she's just able to take care of herself mentally and emotionally while getting this money, honey.
She's gonna be sleeping fine on that bed of money with that gold medal around her neck. Because, by the way, she did win gold for all the shit talking y'all was doing. And did. She cleared.
And did. Yeah. She cleared.
To come from all of that, all of that shit going on while you try to compete, and then you be like, but I won gold, though.
And
be very mindful, very cutesy.
She was very demure. She was congratulating the girls who were hating on her, posting them little problematic Instagram stories, which she could really include you in the lawsuit if she wanted to.
I wonder if she's going to sue the Italian prime minister.
Did he say something?
I wonder if she's going to sue the Italian prime minister, because the Italian prime minister was the one who was saying that she was a whole ass man competing. It started with her, and also the International Boxing Association as well. The one who's headed up by that Russian man. I hope she's gonna sue all of them. I just want a big old class action lawsuit against all of them.
I don't think
she should team up with the Asian boxer, something, was it Lin Yu? Was her name? That was also like facing like a lot of people saying that she was also a man because she also tested for like high levels of like XY chromosomes or testosterone or something like that. There was two of them.
XY
it wasn't just her.
Chromosome is crazy. Yes, testosterone.
It was testosterone. You're right. My bad, girl. I barely passed biology. Don't come for me. Genealogy was my course.
Same though. Biology beat my ass.
But speaking of people collecting checks and money, Elsa Majimbo, our favorite influencer, came a little bit under fire after some comments that she made about sending money back home. Now, if you're a child of diaspora, you know we've all grown up with our family back home hitting us up left and right for cash, and she said she not sending that shit. Y'all did that with her mom and her dad. She said, I'm not doing it. I'm not them.
No more.
I ain't got it. Not for you. I will let
you a broke nigga.
I will sooner let you starve because you a broke hoe. I'm sorry. Oh, y'all, she didn't say all that, but y'all can go see the video. But she was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not sending the money. She's not sending the motherfucking funds, Steven.
Hoes trying to hit me up, honey. You was asking my daddy for money. Now you asking me. She said you was asking my daddy for money since before I was born. I was born. I grew up. I'm in my 20s. I'm making money. And now you asking me for money? Asking money for 3 decades is crazy. Broke bitches should never laugh. I was like, damn. I was like, this seemed very pointed. I don't know.
Yes.
It seemed like she was talking about somebody very specific in her family.
And I have a feeling that cousin or that aunt is definitely gonna get that video and be like, "Is this show about us? Is this fucking play about us?"
No, for real. She's like, you see what happens when you send your family to these individualistic countries that don't know how to take care of the community, which is kind of valid,
but I feel like she definitely spoke to a sentiment that's definitely felt with a lot of like first gens and like, you know, firstborns of the, you know, diaspora, where it's like, I've seen my parents struggle to pay for shit, and then instead they're sending money back to people who aren't even trying to help themselves. They're just living off of us. Meanwhile, we're just trying to survive in this new place. So she's not the first person who's like said it that I've heard say it, that they're not going to participate in that, you know, and repeating that generational cycle of, oh, we need money back home. You're in the US or UK or wherever you may be, you make more money than most of us see in like a year. So why can't you show their wealth? So I don't think I think the way she came about it was a little gruff.
Girl.
And a lot of people were offended, but it's not something that hasn't been said in the past by a lot of our generation. I feel like it's not too crazy. I don't think she said nothing too crazy.
I think it was really her delivery that was like, because it made it seem like, because I think the way that she said it made it seem as if she was going against sending money back home, period. That the poor people in Africa are just lazy and that's why they're poor, period. Like, I think that's how a lot of people interpreted it. I don't know that that's what she meant, but that's how, like, I think it came across to a lot of people, especially if you're just swiping and you hear that, you're like, oh my God, in front of my crab ring, like, girl, like,
why am I under attack?
Right,
say fuck
exactly.
Me for?
Exactly. And you know, the whole rhetoric of like poor people being poor because they're lazy is just simply invalid and unfactual.
It's giving very much Kim Kardashian. Nobody wants to work
Nobody
anymore.
wants to work anymore. That's very much what
Get
it
off your ass and work. Like, get a job and work.
Mind you, it was like off the heels of a whole pandemic. It's like, bitch, can we even get this job? Like, bitches are dying. But yeah, I do think that it was like, well, I can't say what I think she meant, but I know what it came across as. But I can definitely understand like the feeling, because definitely understand the whole like my dad's brothers asking me for money. Like, I don't know you, I don't have a relationship with you, but you want to hit me up for money? Like, that's crazy.
It's mad.
But like, but it's in terms of like your parents sending back money, like that just makes sense. They're sending money to their mom, their dad, their brothers. Maybe you don't understand it because you don't have a relationship with those people like that. But your parents have a relationship with their siblings. And if you have siblings, you know, and they're struggling, you're probably going to want to help them. And, you know, maybe your dad's sibling is a lazy fuck who needs to learn how to get a job and get up and take care of his family. I don't know your situation.
Own a business, bitch.
Get away from her.
Do something.
Get a job. Exactly. Like, maybe that is the case. But I don't know. Like, you gotta you need to be a little bit more demure, honey. A little bit more mindful about the situations, because maybe you got a broke ass brother or something that you're like, fuck, I want him to get it together, but until he can, I don't want to see him on the street, so I'm gonna send some money. And your kids maybe won't understand that, but if they got a broke ass brother, they gonna understand it. So it's like, you just need to put it in perspective. Like, girl, you don't want to send this money to somebody, like, that's cool, but when you start making it seem like poor people are lazy, whether that's what you meant or not, that's when you get into problematic territory, and you got too much of a big platform to be talking like that. And I get it, she's very candid. Like, I think that's what a lot of us like about her. She's very candid. She like very much says it like how it is. But when you have a platform, your word, like such a big platform, your words can get easily misconstrued. And it's up to you whether you want to give a fuck about that or not. But just know, your ass gonna get ate up if you don't say things how you mean it specifically.
True. I was just sitting there like, preach, sis. You know me, I'm very blunt when it comes to like shit like this. I'd be like,
Brian would be the one to be like, you lazy little fox need to get your ass up. And they're literally talking about like their little sister. And you'll just be like, I don't give a fuck how much you're struggling. Like, damn, go have a conversation with her. Like, why are we in it?
Why are you bringing it to the internet? I think, look, I feel the sentiment as well, where it's like, I don't think that's gonna be me like every, you know, month or 2 weeks sending somebody money to like, you know, sustain their life or whatever. It's like, but if you reach out to me and you're like genuinely in the midst of a struggle and like you've tried every avenue and you've only been able to like come up with so much, and you just need me to like help you out with like the last few, you know, couple of coins and cents or whatever, that's fine. I don't mind. But you're coming with me to pay the full bill. And I ain't even heard it. Like, you ain't even hit me up on a hello, how are you? What happened to hello? How are you? What's your name? Your name is like, you know, you're just straight up Bank of Brian hitting it up. Like, sorry, that's it ain't gonna be me, babes.
No, it ain't gonna be me behind it. Yeah, and I feel like there's definitely the thing like where, you know, the family that goes to the US or Europe or wherever, they're now seen as like the rich family who will help take care of everybody.
Meanwhile,
and it's like, hello, like I'm struggling out here. Like, babes, back home I had a cook, a driver, 3 nannies, and a cleaner, honey. And but over here,
and a nice 2,000 square foot house.
Okay, living it up. I got my driver taking me to work every day, and I come over here, bitch, I can't even afford an Uber. So what do you mean I need to send you money? But it's really seen like if you're the family that's like in the US or in Europe, like, okay, now you got us back in Africa, send that money back home because, you know, you want to invest in your like home country. But it's like, babes, I'm struggling too. And sometimes they're like, I feel like people back home don't always like understand the gravity of how much you can be struggling, like especially the older generation. Like, 90s, 80s, 70s, like that age range, they're like, what do you mean you're struggling? You're in America. You can't be struggling that much. You're in America, which is like a little valid, but also, bitch, I'm still like living paycheck to paycheck. Like, they're
Come
like,
on
okay,
now.
well, 10%, babes, run it up. Run it up.
All I'm gonna say is I think there's actually a phrase I think for a lot of our parents is survivor's remorse. I think it's I'm the one who got out and it's my responsibility to help everyone else, you know. It's the same thing most like athletes feel when they get signed to like the major leagues, like NBA or like football and stuff. It's like now it's like your turn to like reach back and like pull everybody else that came up with you out the mud. And it's like you can't, not everybody that came up with you can go with you, baby. It's all right. Yeah. It's okay if they can't.
And even like Bretman Rock, I think, was just talking to his sister on like a podcast.
I saw that.
He was telling her like how he's
I don't
like,
fuck with the decisions you made in your life.
I'm trying to support you, babes, and you're just lazy now. And you like, I'm giving you all this money to help support you in your ventures, and it's not ending up into anything. Now you're just like still poor because you spent all my money, and then entitled because I've been giving you money. And it's like, it's a lose-lose situation over here. Like, okay, now you're gonna be,
and that's his sister.
Broke. That's his sister, honey, who he's really been supporting since she was like 12. Like, we've all seen her on his platform growing up, and he seems very supportive of her. But there does come to a point where you got to be like, that's enough. Figure it out yourself.
I've brought you this far. You have to at least have learned something.
Right.
Come on now. So
yeah.
Well,
so do you think you'll be sending money back home?
Girl, I said no. You didn't hear me? I said no.
I thought you meant like
it won't be me.
You don't know, like you won't send as much. She said, baby, unless it's my property, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
No, like I said, like I won't be the one sending supporting people's full on like lifestyles with as full adults with children. No. But if you're saying like, oh, I gotta pay rent this month, I only have X amount, but I need X amount, I'd be like, all right, well, I can, make something shake some tree summer and find a little honey I can send you maybe, but that's about it, my homie. That's all I got for you. But if you're coming to sustain your whole life, like putting you on an allowance, I'm paying your whole everything from food, shelter, clothing. Hey, please find sugar daddy. That's not me. Find a sponsor. I am not your sponsor.
I feel like I don't know. I'm like torn between it. Like, I'm not trying to support my uncles. No shade, no tea. Not my uncles, but like my cousins, my nieces, my nephews, especially if I like have a relationship with them. I could see myself falling into that. And like I say falling into that because sometimes like for our parents, it's gotten to a point where they're like, they will be struggling and sending money back home. That's not going to be my case.
No.
I need to have my own full cup to give to you, babes. I'm not giving to you from my empty ass cup. So if I got it like that, like I'm willing to send money for the sake of sending money to like, oh, I need help for uni, or okay, now I need help for rent. I need help for this, that, and the third. I mean, I feel like we both kind of resent it a little bit because we have younger siblings who already see us.
Babe, they're already bleeding us dry. Yeah. I can't.
They're like, I just need this right now. I just need that. I just need this. So it like makes us resent the whole sending money. Like, bitch, I already got somebody begging me. Ben has somebody begging me since I was like 10 years old for money when I was broke. I ain't got
not even money. Everything I have, everything I own, the Ben want.
Okay. But I could see myself because I noticed that when I have like extra money, I just go into thinking, okay, maybe I need to like give my dad, like I need to start giving my dad stuff every month. Mind you, I will be struggling in about 3 weeks. It's just the money I got right now, but I still got bills coming.
There's like, bills pending.
What? Let me just send somebody like $300 this month real quick. Like, babes, you do not need to be doing that. You need to be putting that into your credit card.
You know you got that credit card, that car note coming up.
It's coming, honey, before that insurance hits. So okay. I want to say that I won't do it like if I'm struggling, but I won't let people take advantage of me the way that I feel like they've taken advantage of.
And they gonna come at you with every Sarah McLachlan ass sob story, babes. In the arms of the angel. Yup. They gonna come at you.
Fall for it too. Oh my God. Let me tell you how, okay, you know, last year or the year before I was doing Pacocha, Pinocchio, doing our little live stream. Yeah. And there's this person that like would always come watch and blah, blah, blah. And like we chat on there. And then so I followed him on Instagram and we follow each other. Cool. But I haven't done it in like a year or something. So we haven't really
Didn't you get kicked off for driving off a coach?
My account did get suspended a couple times, but that's not the point. The point, anyways, the app died, honey. Don't ever mess with their Scorpio, because now look. Ooh. So, like, I haven't talked to him as much because, you know, we're not on the app anymore, blah, blah, blah. He hits me up like a month ago, and he calls me on Instagram, which is like, we never call each other.
We never did that before. I don't know why you thought today was the day.
Exactly. So he calls me. And I don't pick up because I'm like, what's happening? Or I think I saw it later or something. And then I see a DM and he's like, hey, like, I don't know what he said. He's like, I'm really struggling right now. Do you mind sending me $100? And I'm like, I haven't talked to this man in over a year. Like,
I guess you would be the one to send the motherfucking funds.
Why did I text my man, my brother, and my sister? Should I send this man $100? Like, if he's asking me, I haven't talked to him for a year. Like, I feel like he has to really be going through it. Like, to be asking somebody I haven't talked to in over a year instead of like, did your friends and family not got it? Like, are you like that down bad? You've asked everybody and now you're down to the person you haven't spoke to in over a year. So I was really like contemplating, and they had to be like, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. You about to get played. Stop trying to play yourself out of $100 for no reason on a random
Like, girl,
Tuesday.
come on now.
And then his like profile like disappeared like a day later.
Because you didn't send it?
I don't know. I don't know if he blocked me maybe or if he deleted his account.
Girl, he probably
like,
saw that
you're about to get scammed, girl.
He probably saw that you see, because you know Instagram tells you when somebody's seen it, right?
Oh, I didn't read it. I saw the notification, swiped down, read the message, swiped it away.
Oh.
I'm not letting him know I read it. No. No.
Well,
but I was really about to send that man $100. Like, they had to all tell me, like, girl, don't be dumb. But it was like, what if
he's dumb? Really, are you
struggling?
Stupid? What the fuck?
But what if he's really struggling? Like, I feel really bad. Like, this dude is really kind, and
it's fine. You might just stay the next couple of weeks without electricity. You might just not be able to, drive your car. You might just have to take the bus a couple of times. I've been there. You'll figure it out.
I think I can be easily guilt tripped. That's my problem.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I'm gonna stop that generation, that cycle, honey.
You gotta break that curse,
baby.
It's
gonna end with me.
Nah, it ends with me. I'm sorry. It ends with me. I ain't gonna be it. And I'm gonna hold all y'all hands when I say this. It ain't gonna be me. Sorry, babes.
Good luck.
Anyway, girl, listen. Let's go ahead and get into what we're watching on TV.
Okay, well, that needed like a good 2-3, and some momentum. Like, there was no energy, honey. I need more. I need energy.
What we're watching on TV. There you go.
Okay, much better.
All right. Industry is back. Season 3. Just started, I think, this past Sunday? Last Sunday? Or this past Thursday? One of the two. I can't remember. But Industry is back, and I'm so excited. Harper and the gang are all back, and I love this show. I have no idea what they be talking about when they talk about finance in their little British accents, but all I know is it's just filled with so much like adults being just the worst actual human beings you have ever seen, and it's great. Every episode is great. It has a little heart, but then
is Industry
it's the one that I try to put you on, and
dry
you're like
humor. And it's like the Nepo baby dude who got his dad's business out of nowhere? Or is it the one with like the UK people with like the biracial lead and like her friend died like within a couple episodes? Okay.
That one.
So what's the first one I was thinking of?
I don't know.
The
Nepo
white
baby
people,
who got
and it
his
was
dad's
like
business.
huge. Yeah, I think he got his dad's business. It was like blowing up this past year. The network. I don't know,
girl.
It's like
but
white
we're talking
guys,
about industry,
and it's like Dreamer. Okay, I'm sorry. So if anybody knows, please comment it below because this is gonna kill me. And it's like, okay, it doesn't matter.
Literally at the end of this episode, she's
about.
just gonna yell it out. But yeah, that's Industry's the one. It's based in the UK. It's got Harper. She's the lead, or like one of the leads, I think, and then Yasmin as well. She was just in the Amy Winehouse docuseries, or not docuseries, documentary movie. It did not look good.
Oh really?
But yeah, the critics was like, I don't know why they did this, but okay. But yeah, it's back. I'm really excited because it's just a hot mess. If you love just like shows like Succession, stuff like that,
that's the show.
He didn't even get his dad's business.
His dad didn't die, then he got the business?
No, his dad did die, yes. But the brothers didn't get, no one in the family got the business except for the sister's husband. He became like head of the whole company.
Oh.
Yeah. So by proxy, technically she's still in the business, but no, it wasn't.
Okay, but so they're similar.
It's very similar to Succession, yeah, and the fact that everybody's like fighting and clawing to be like number one, at least in like the finance, I guess stock trading market, hedge funds.
Doesn't it kind of like show you like how inhumane like people are with like?
Oh, it's literally a show about the worst parts of a human being.
I hate that. Like, I don't.
And
I
how like
watch that.
We will literally do the absolute worst things to each other just to get ahead.
I love it. I just feel like that's too close to reality because it's like people really like will step on you to like climb up. I'm like, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, like
that's not escapism. That is real life. Like especially in finance, I feel like those are the worst hoes, and maybe it's all just like like image behind it. Like they're not really that bad, but it just feels very like I don't give a fuck about you. It's Wolf of Wall Street, bitch. I'll eat you alive.
In the second season, one of the I guess they were interns or like they were new hires, but then in the second season they had moved up. They were like part of the main cast. I think they actually set up one of the new interns to be essayed by a client.
How are you watching?
And then they didn't realize. And then they were like, they got a conscience like last minute, and then they turned around and was like, wait, that's actually fucked up. That's a little too far. And then they like went back and like was like, oh, okay, we're good. But they knew that like.
And then in 20 years there'll be a fucking Supreme Court justice. Like, bitch, this is America. Like, I cannot watch that.
But I'm telling you, like that's why the show is so good. It's like you're just like watching you literally like cannot look away. You're just like, is he really gonna? Wow. Like remember, like you said in the first like 2 episodes, the girl, one of the roommate at like the housing that they would provide, the company would provide for them as like the interns. Like he died from being overworked and like taking energy pills and stuff, and literally they had it cleaned out and ready for a new intern to move in like a matter of seconds. And she literally was just like, so that was my first day at work as an intern at this company. Sets the tone for they literally set the tone for the entire show, and it was great. I loved it.
See, I feel like to me this is like horror movie equivalent. Like when people hate horror movies, like, oh my god, I cannot watch this. That's how I feel about those kinds of shows because it's too realistic. Like I can't watch people do the worst things in life when they actually do these terrible things in life. With horror movies, it's a lot less realistic. Like bitches are not really going around with a machete and a mask slaying hoes in a fucking campground.
Well,
let's be for real. It's a lot less realistic, or like, paranormal activity type shit. Like it's just escapism. Whereas somebody dying from being overworked at fucking 22 years old, that's the type of shit that can actually happen. Like,
and does happen in the finance
world. It does happen. And then these hoes are fucking doing coke and embarrassing each other for shits and gigs, and this fucking little black girl is here trying to fucking blend in and hope that she can make it to the top. as if these white men like really ever see her as equivalent to them.
But then you come to find out season 2, she literally only took the job and was lying about even like graduating from college because she just wanted to come to the UK and make enough money to be able to like find her brother, who apparently was a heroin addict, who was a star athlete turned heroin addict, who like ran away to like fucking Amsterdam to follow his dream of becoming a chef or something. I was like when I tell you the plot lines be crazy, bro.
That does sound interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Season 2, I told you, keep watching.
If it wasn't all the trauma attached to it, I'd be more dedicated. But literally, like, their trauma just seems too realistic to me. Like, it's too realistic.
Well, speaking of realistic trauma, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is coming out on Hulu.
That does not give realistic or trauma.
No, but watching it though is a little convoluted because Mom Talk was a big thing, came out in like I guess COVID times, right? Headed up by these like 4 white, very beautiful young white women, Mormon white women, right?
Is it giving like the TikToks we were talking about? She's like, watch me take care of my 4 sons. I wake up at 5 a.m. and I read a book.
A little bit like that, yeah. But like they're all like super like very almond mom aesthetic, very like she has a beige Stanley with like the snack cup top, it's giving very much that energy. Well, they blew up. They started like a whole thing. It was like the 4 of them. And then it blew up. They started making money off of it to the point where like their husbands became house husbands. Now they're the ones taking care of the kids and they're the ones making the money from
Mormon
the internet.
Community? That's crazy.
In the Mormon community, right. But then guess what? One of the girls decided to spill the tea because she was mad about something. And apparently all of them was participating in soft, what's it called?
Soft swinging.
And it took off, babe. And so now everybody's tuning in asking like, y'all really be swingers? And apparently they do it right in front of each other. They'll like the couples will like stand in front of each other and then this husband and wife will switch with this husband and wife. And I'll be like, wow.
And we switch. Now I'm eating his ass. Eating his ass. Eating ass.
I hate you for that. But yeah, and so I was just like, damn, y'all get freaky in the Mormon community.
Honey, y'all be down.
But then the thing is like one of the moms in the trailer gets judged because she was like drinking or something, and they're like, so how do you think drinking is helping you be a better mom? How is swinging helping you?
That?
How is swinging helping you be a better fucking wife? I'm sorry, what?
That is so funny. It's like they pick and choose which of the sins do we really give a fuck about.
But we're not.
One, the whole lust and adultery, we don't care too much about.
Yeah, and so like, and then I think there's like one couple where like the husband is not liking how she's becoming a little bit more independent and like making money for the whole like majority of the income for the family, and he's having to pick up like the house stuff, and he's like, I don't know how I feel about this. A man is supposed to be head of the house. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be so much white peopling. I'm tuning in. It's gonna be so.
It's better than hearing it from black guys on podcasts, like our own community. It's like, oh, this is like on the outside. This is
y'all hoes be going through this too. Okay, bad. Yeah. It's better when it's not your own people doing it,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm definitely sad. Are you gonna tune in?
I don't think so. I don't want to watch Mormon people's trials and tribulations. That seem like, and it's no shade, but it doesn't seem like real trials and tribulations. If they were there, like, trying to figure out, like, oh, this is how we're trying to navigate, being a progressive couple, while still trying to hold, like, these traditional values up, and, like, where's the balance in that? No, it's just giving, like, stupid arguments and Real Housewives of Mormon, Utah. Like, I don't want Real Housewives
Mormon, Utah.
Mormon.
Like, Mormonism is a city in Utah. I just love when white people be white people in, girl. It's my favorite thing.
I'm like, I'd be here for like an actual, maybe, I don't know. I prefer it to be more like red table talk. Let's talk about this.
Boo.
Let's have a couple episodes with the girls. Let's bring in the husbands for another episode. Let's bring in a counselor No, because you know
No.
them counselor
Stick some
reality shows,
cameras
the
in their
therapy reality
houses.
shows eat.
Yes, that like that HBO one, couples therapy.
Girl, that
I
show is
live
too
for that
good.
one. Oh,
Too good. And
every
you
couple
really get into their mess. Like, it's not produced. Like, this is really their shit.
they literally just said, "We're putting this camera, this angle, this angle. All right, y'all do y'all thing. Are y'all okay if we
Right.
film? Sign this NDA real quick, or
Right.
this
And of
release."
course, it's like chopped and screwed or whatever. But I still prefer that rather than seeing these people day to day, like, be a hot mess. Like, let's talk about why you're a hot mess.
Give me a city-based reality TV show about 4 or 5 something white women who with means and money and just living their absolute messiest lives. I'm sad every week, tuned in. But
I'd watch like a
therapy,
highlight reel, I feel like, though.
I'll you know what, since you did
clips.
since you did the Love Island USA recap every episode, I'm gonna do the Real Housewives, the Real Lives of Mormon Wives recap every week. I got you.
Now that I can be sad for. Yes.
Anyway, girl, moving on from these white women who don't seem to know what the fuck they want out of their lives to our favorite it girl, our favorite nasty girl.
Nasty gal.
Tinashe has a new song, No Broke Boys. And I am bopping it.
What
all
is
the way
it?
to the
No broke
bank.
boys, no best
no
friends.
New friends.
I had it stuck in my head. Now I
no
forgot.
broke boys, no new friends.
It's very catchy.
It is.
She knows how to make a catchy bop.
I need y'all to put some goddamn respect on Tinashe. Y'all have been sleep on her since 20, I don't know when. And she has been putting out nothing but good music, and her videos be eaten, her choreography be eaten down, and then her looks always in these videos be eaten down. But y'all don't ever be paying attention to her. But then y'all want to be like, oh, now that she came out with Nasty Girl, y'all want to be like, oh my God, Tinashe is it. I'm like, I've been on the Tinashe train since day one, baby.
And it was not even her best song, like.
And it's really not. You really want to hear the good shit? Go back like 2015.
Because when did she come out? When did she? What was the song that put her on the map originally?
2 On.
Like back in the day? 2
I
On.
love to get
when
on.
I saw that music video, I was like, we have a new Beyonce. This is our generation's Beyonce. Because she was like in the choreography.
She was out before Chloe. She was out before Normani.
Like, okay,
she
Chloe
was out
and Halle
before
were still
any
doing
of these girls.
Covers, so not too much. But
before
yeah, no,
Doja,
like she was doing the dancing and the singing and the looks. Honey, giving full, she was doing it triple threat.
Babe, she was doing it before even Victoria Monet came from behind, singing, writing, and was like, it's my time.
Victoria Monet's been in California doing her shit since for 18 years. No. So listen, I don't know.
Listen, I also am a Victoria fan as well, but Tinashe was putting out music and was in our faces before Victoria was.
Fact. Yeah, and it's kind of like, but why is she not in the same conversations as the? Yeah, you're right. The Normani's,
because people love to be like, because people love to be like, oh my God, Tinashe is not a new girl. Tinashe been in this game. Please put some respect on her. And I hate how people don't. It's really annoying to me. I'm sorry. I hate it. I'd be like, ugh. Another conversation where she's like, oh my God, we love Tinashe. I'm like, y'all hoes ain't been here, but okay, I'm gonna give it to you. It's like when Renaissance came out and all the real beehive was like, and people was like, oh, what is this song? When she was singing the ballads at the beginning, they're like, oh, I don't remember hearing this song on Renaissance. Excuse me?
Like, side eye, what are you doing?
Do you even go
fighting
here?
To get tickets with you?
I'm like,
I'm like, I understand that sentiment completely, but I'm also like, I'm glad she's getting her things. Like,
better late than never.
Even if I'm like, I'm just glad that she's finally getting the recognition that she deserves, because she works hard as fuck.
Rightfully.
Like, she'd be doing the choreography, doing the songwriting and singing and what is it? Lung control, breath control, honey, and her lung capacity go crazy. Like,
they do.
So I'm like, put some respect on her name. She's been out here, but also like, it's okay that she's finally getting recognition. Like, give her that recognition.
Like, I want to see her on tour so bad. I think she'd be so good. Like the same, like kind of the same tour that Victoria Monet had this past year.
Oh my god, I was just listening to what song by Victoria Monet? Hold on, let me find it because I was like, this bitch, you know what
I'm
she
finding
does?
it. I'm finding it.
You know, Jaguar. I was listening to Jaguar,
Yeah.
and immediately her live performance came to mind, and that's when you know you have a hoe that knows how to perform. Because for me to hear your song and immediately your live
Think of
performance, your choreography comes to mind, that's how you know you ate. Like you cemented yourself in these people's brains. Because I'm not just listening to the lyrics, I'm having the full experience in my head, like from your music video, from your live performances as I listen to the song. And that's how you know you're creative genius. I was like, it's giving Beyonce. Because like when we were listening to Renaissance and the concert footage came out, you even say like you would hear the live like version of these songs.
I don't
now.
Yeah,
like,
I can't listen to Renaissance without be like, okay, where can I go watch the live version? I can't hear like Alien Superstar without like the pause between like been down, been broke, like, you know, like I can't hear what's the other song? We're gonna take it to the moon, take it to the stars. How many people we know make it this? Like I can't hear that. I can't listen to Renaissance without thinking of like the transitions that she did. Or Jack said that let there be groove, and there was, you know, like I can't. I need the full encompassing like live album. So yeah, Victoria is definitely, she's up there.
She does that. Yeah, no, even Chloe and Halle, like I was listening to Ungodly Hour this morning and immediately I heard the tune and I was like, VMAs. Welcome to the Ungodly Hour. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, you know, it's just something about the girls who know how to like give you a full experience with their music. And Tinashe is definitely that girl because she will give you the looks, the visuals, the choreography behind so many of her songs. So
I don't know.
I'm here.
I don't know if it's
I'm
like
here
a
for her
team.
getting her coins.
I don't know if it's like a management team thing or a creative team thing. It can't be the creative team because the creative team is eating down. So I'm like, is it a management thing where like they're not getting her, or is it like a recording team kind of a thing that they're not like, you know, pushing her content, her stuff out as much? It's like, why is she constantly being left out of the conversation? I don't like it.
I also think like people really enjoy like new girls, and like she wasn't a new girl anymore. Like the new girl,
but now they're roping her with the new girls.
Yeah, and it's crazy. But I think like I mean like during her 2On era, like I don't know if they like didn't like lead her towards the right path to like keep her status and her momentum going.
Because if she,
but I feel like that's also like you hear Tinashe and it's kind of like, oh, like I know her, like I already know her, like I've heard her music, like it's whatever. But no, like her music is actually really good and you'd enjoy it if you really listen. But it's because you already heard the name, you assume you already know and you're not into it. And it's
or
like,
maybe it was
the OGs a chance.
Or maybe it was a matter of just radar. Like, I'm thinking it was just a matter of just like, oh, you know, the people who would enjoy this type of music have not been fully born in order. Because I feel like music wise, as far as like Tinashe is like, she's very internet based artist. And what I mean by this is like you have to be on the internet to really be checking for Tinashe. Sorry, Tinashe, Jesus, Tinashe. It's like, and so now with like the way TikTok and music work, like that's why she's getting this huge like renaissance of like her own music. And I think if she would have started releasing like the stuff she's doing back like around 2On era now, it maybe would have propelled her more. I feel like that's, for me, that's my theory, is like Tinashe
like she was ahead of her time with her music.
She was ahead of her audience. She was ahead of her audience. And so now her audience that like would gravitate towards her, that would like it like swallow up every single crumb this girl serves, is like they're like on TikTok type shit, you know? And it's like, oh, okay. Like I don't understand, like no offense to her, but like Chapel Rowan. You know her? Exactly. But this girl she is putting out like, she's been around for a minute, but like just recently her music has been like going double platinum everywhere on everybody's. She is doing these festivals and there are crowds of up to like tens of hundreds of thousands showing up to hear her like sing for like an hour set. I'm like, this should be Tinashe. But y'all don't want to put respect to my girl. So
yeah. Well, we're here now, honey. I'm glad.
Well, I've been here. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I've been here.
I feel like it's kind of like Flo is gonna have that kind of trajectory. The girls are being really mean to Flo, and I don't understand why.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's so weird. It's so weird.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
It's like they want and I'm telling you, the girls are gonna be begging for a girl group in 2 years. And it's like, or not even 2 years, in 6 months, next year, they're going to be begging for a girl group. And it's like, y'all were just shitting on Flo and they're giving you exactly what you're asking for.
No, they wanted a white girl group.
Honey, I feel like in a couple years, Flo's going to blow up. Because, you know, they got to go get through their little hate train first.
They're in their like
for no reason first, and then they're gonna blow up.
They're in their like early so Destiny's Child, like, you know, doing shows here and there, like at clubs, at malls and stuff, kind of situation. But they're like slowly starting to pick up speed because didn't they just do a feature with somebody big? Who did they just do a feature with?
I was obsessing over their Check music video. I didn't see.
I could have sworn they just. Either they did a feature or they did a no, they just did Coachella, didn't they?
Hey,
or some festival. They're already on their way up. So
check, it's right there. Check. Did you do background check?
Listen, I think y'all need to respect Tinashe and be kinder to Flo, because y'all gonna be begging for that, because they're giving us the vocal arrangements that Destiny's Child used to give us, that we all nowadays are so begging for, and they make it so cute and fun, and it's like they're so adorable. They seem so nice
and genuine, like just like it seems like very authentic type.
I fear for them, but I really fear for them being in this like slowly coming up age, because you know the internet will raise you up to tear you down real quick, and I hope that's not what's happening. Praying for my girls. Flo.
sorrows.
Tears. Prayers, sorrows. Anyway, with that said, y'all, it has been another glorious episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We love y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, do all the good stuff on YouTube. And you can find us wherever podcasts are found: Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and now also on listen.revolt.tv. We love y'all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Untitled Africans Pod. Wangeshi, where can they find you?
You can find me at Wangeshi TV. For the girls who don't know how to spell it, it's in the description. Should I say it? No, it's in the description if you want.
It's in the description, girl. Y'all can.
You know, my sister says that I'm like so unnecessarily shady. I think it's because I say stuff like that. That made me sound shady. You don't know how to spell.
I've rubbed off on you. I'm glad.
I honestly think I might have gotten it from my dad, because
really?
I'll be like, just give me the answer. Don't be condescending and annoying about it. Thank you.
Not dad is a shady one in the family. I'm dead.
Honey, the messiest person you know, and also the shadiest, is a man.
And on that note, we leaving it there, y'all. Bye.
Bye.